Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with Micah.
Hey.
Terrence.
What's up?
All right, and that's it. Rob is unfortunately out this week, and will be for a couple more weeks. But this is episode 57, Top 5. This is the 2014 written, directed comedy film by Chris Rock, and starring Chris Rock and Rosario Dawson and every popular black person in the last, 10 years.
Yeah.
So we do have some 5-star reviews, but what I wanted to talk about first is we have a lot of new things going on in the network. Obviously, we're a part of the Nerdpocalypse podcast network, which includes the Nerdpocalypse, which is our main show, which is a nerd-focused show about movies, comics, that sort of thing. Then we also have Dense Pixels, which Micah and Terrence host, which is about video games. Then we have Mouthful of Toast, which is our anime podcast, and a number of other ones. So make sure you go to blackonblackcinema.com. There's a nice big red banner that you cannot possibly miss on purpose, where you can sign up for our premium content, which gets you all those shows I mentioned, but some other shows that we have behind a paywall. We have a show called No Time to Bleed, which is very similar to this show, but it's just action movies that we like, that we do as well. And a bunch of other things. So you could sign up. It's $5 a month or $50 for a full year. So that saves you basically you get 2 free months. So sign up. It helps us out a lot, and we really appreciate it. I know a lot of people have already signed up. And I'm not sure if a lot of other people know about it. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. So let's give our impressions. I'll start with Terrence, and then I'll go through the 5-star reviews that we have.
The first time I saw this movie was during the Super Bowl, actually. I watched this.
I was like,
Super Bowl.
over the Super Bowl. And
Gotcha.
I caught like the last 20 minutes of the Super Bowl. This movie's hilarious. It's funny. It's well written. A lot of scenes aren't written at all, I can tell. The chemistry between Chris Rock and Rosario Dawson was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so.
Gabrielle Union plays her usual character.
Do you not think Gabrielle Union is that great of an actress?
I mean, she's a good actress, but she plays the same fucking character in every movie that she's in.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
This is 4 out of 5.
Yeah?
4.5 out of 5 to me. Like, I really like this movie. Like, watching it again just made me realize how much I actually do like this movie and how many funny scenes there are.
Yeah.
So I like it. It's definitely worth watching.
Micah, your thoughts?
This is Chris Rock's best movie ever.
Yeah.
It is. Like I'm not a fan of Chris Rock's movies.
Yeah.
I like Head of State. It's ridiculous, but I like it.
You are into politics way too much.
Yeah.
You're like Head of State.
You know what? Yeah, that's 100% true. That's valid.
This is by far and away his best movie. His best acting performance. This movie is it's great. It's wonderful. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. It's a must see.
Oh wow. Okay.
For anybody watching this or listening to this now. We'll get into how great it is, but yeah, 5 out of 5. This is wonderful.
Okay. Okay, so for me, I probably go with like a 4.5. I reviewed this movie. I think I gave it a 4.5 or something like that out of 5. And watching it again, it holds up. I still push for people to see. There's another movie that Chris Rock was in, called 2 Days in New York, which is a part of a series of movies.
That was another good movie. That's the only other movie that he's in that I like.
Yeah.
But I think this one is better.
Yeah, and it is better. I would agree with you. Chris Rock's performance in 2 Days in New York and being a part of that series of movies, 2 Days in Paris being the one before that, it's clear that that's where he took a lot of the directing and writing style from. And if you like Top 5 and you're like sort of okay with like a weirdly like sort of foreign film that's in the same sort of way, 2 Days in Paris is a movie you should definitely watch. Like, because you can see a lot of the similarities. There's a lot of quote walk and talk kind of scenes that are really funny, and like weird mistaken comments and things like that, done exactly in the same way Top 5 is. And as much as I can see where he aped a lot of the style, he did make it his own, and it certainly is. Chris Rock's humor like stands out, obviously, because he's fucking hilarious. But I do think like he did do an excellent job. I mean, it's well written. If he sticks with this type of comedy, as far as movies are concerned, I don't see why he couldn't have an extremely good career as a comedy director.
Yeah,
and that's one of. He
wrote the screenplay for this in his trailer during the filming of Grown Ups 2.
He was like, I'm on a shitty fucking film. Let me write something worth a damn.
Right. Like
while I'm doing this terrible movie.
It's like Chris Rock has always been fascinating to me because he always seems like he's, quote unquote down, but but I get the picture that he always has felt like part of him sold out when he started doing a bunch of movies. And this is his response to that.
I mean, for the most part, yeah, this movie is just straight up his life.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some parts that are clearly just made up. I hope so. But, you
want some syrup?
Yeah, I feel like that scene is real. Like, I feel like that's a story like that has happened to him. That shit felt all too accurate. Like, it's just all too accurate. But I do feel like he was basically, like you said, just like kind of using this as a way to like kind of do a movie about himself, like kind of like a biopic in a way. So we do have some 5-star reviews. If Google Drive would stop acting like a cunt.
God damn.
I'm sorry, it's fucking pissing me off.
Well, while you're looking for that.
No, I have it. I have it. So thank you, Google Drive. Thank you. So we have a number of reviews. So I'm going to just read a few of them and then we'll do the rest in a later episode. So the first one is from Cries Nisi. The title is One of the Best, 5 stars. Quote, found out about Black on Black Cinema from a retweet about the Purple Rain episode, and since then I've been hooked. See? Retweet everybody. That helps us. The guys mesh so well together and do an awesome job discussing the movie at hand, as well as a broad range of topics in black movies. I love the honesty, humor, and realness they bring, and it makes for a very entertaining experience. I especially enjoy when they do reviews on really awful movies. They're beyond hilarious. My favorite episodes are Baby Boy, The Wiz, Purple Rain, Insecure. Like Terrence, I was over that movie too. And Belly. So glad I found this podcast. Love it. Another one. Google Drive. God damn it. Another one, eventually, is from Lauren London 143. And the title is Fangirling. Quote, I wasn't sure about this podcast, so I only downloaded one episode at first. With one, I was hooked. I downloaded all the other episodes, and this is now one of my favorite podcasts. The show is perfect. None of the ratchet, uneducated commentary of this show, of those other shows. And I'm just gonna end it right there because there's a part of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna read that because I'm just not going to. And last but certainly not least on this episode, the title is Excited to Find This Podcast. Hey, I only listened to episode 47 so far, loved it, and will listen to more soon. Thanks. I found you guys through Nerdpocalypse, which is great. Would love to hear a female perspective on this show, but otherwise very entertaining. Keep it up. Well, if you go and listen to our episode on what was that terrible
School Days?
School Days, yeah, the terrible movie School Days.
Right.
Yeah.
Micah's fiance is on that episode.
Yes.
So you can go listen.
And there's another movie that we want to do that we need a female perspective on.
Yes.
So we got you covered.
Yeah. Don't you worry. Okay. So, or you could go listen to our Waiting to Exhale episode where we give the female experience or perspective. And it's amazing. Okay. So, all right, let's get right into it.
Okay. Chris Rock's character, Andre Allen, is named after his brother, Andre, and his grandfather, Alan.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Doesn't get much easier than that.
Louis C.K. was cast, but had to bow out due to scheduling conflicts.
Oh, really?
I would have loved to have seen him in this movie because I know they're close.
Do you know what role?
They don't say what role.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle was offered a role, but he turned it down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if that was still when he was, going crazy.
Like last year, right?
Yeah. Like, Dave, get over yourself.
It's been 12 years, dog.
Oh, man, we believe in you.
So the following quote is from Chris Rock on how Louis C.K. encouraged him to write this. Quote, he told me to just go in a room, write it, and not show it to anyone. So you can see that, he's been wrestling with things like this throughout his career. Because
it would be funny to listen to Louis C.K., who did Pootie Tang. Maybe he's not the best person to ask. I'm just saying. That's funny.
So the movie begins with Andre and what's Rosario Dawson's character's name?
Which one?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. With Andre Allen and Chelsea Brown.
Chelsea Brown.
As walking down the street, having a very funny exchange.
All right, do you want to we can play that clip because it is hilarious. All right, 1 second. I only have one stupid fucking arm. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, I mean, this scene is textbook sort of Chris Rock comedy.
No, everything does not mean something, okay? Sometimes a movie is just a movie. Sometimes a song is just a song. Sometimes a joke is just a joke. Remember those jokes?
Yeah, I remember them.
Okay, so lighten up. We have a black president now. Be excited. A little bit, just a little excited.
Half black, half black. And whenever something goes well in the country, the white people go, oh, the president's doing such a great job. And whenever there's a problem, it's like, that nigga's ruining everything.
No, we are going to have a woman president next.
Yeah.
And she is going to be Latina.
Ooh, okay.
And she might even be gay. And we'll have an Asian president.
Oh, balanced budget.
And we will have another handicapped president.
Okay, hold on. We're not going to have a handicapped president.
Yes, we will. We already had one.
No. I'm talking about out the closet handicapped president.
He was out of the closet.
Okay,
what is wrong out of the closet? People knew that he was handicapped.
No, I got nothing against the handicapped, but everybody's not as liberal as me, okay?
Media was better then.
You run for president. You don't roll for president. Like, you run a campaign. You don't roll a campaign.
You are horrible.
I'm not horrible.
That is sick. What is wrong with you?
I'm sick. I'm the one that's voting for the Mexican lesbian handicapped president.
Oh my God. You know what? People are more accepting now. And thank God for that, because it is literally rough for women, okay?
Yeah.
But I am hopeful because people are changing, okay? Things are changing. And you need to wake up and smell the progress.
No. You need to wake up. Okay, nothing's changed.
Yes.
Some things never change.
Thank God things change.
Look at this. Black man trying to get a cab in New York City. Ha ha, watch this bullshit. Black man trying to get a cab. Look at this. Ha ha, taxi, yeah!
Look on his face like, oh, really? Okay.
You know what I really dig about this is that, like you said, this is a different style of movie for Chris Rock, but it's still Chris Rock's humor, and Chris Rock's humor, it can be raunchy at times, right?
Yeah.
Like he works blue. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But it's his humor, and it is authentic to Chris Rock. So that scene is great.
Is this the best? It's definitely the best Chris Rock movie. Is this one of the best black comedies? At least in my opinion, I think it's one of the best black comedies in a number of years.
Yeah, I mean I know
I'm trying to think of the black comedies that have come out with
Ride Along.
Like the black comedies nowadays are all I saw that movie.
Get Out.
I didn't.
Your fiance is black as shit.
That's Kevin Smith, right?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
No, who directed it?
No, Kevin Smith didn't direct it.
No, I don't think Kevin Smith.
Which one did he direct? You want to look this up?
Which black comedy did Kevin Smith direct?
Ride Along. Oh, I'm thinking of what's the one? Oh, he was in what the fuck was that? Cop Out.
Cop Out. Yeah,
Cop
that was
Out.
Cop Out.
Yeah, he did that
goddamn movie.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, it's funny because I didn't see that either. It's amazing how that works.
But yeah, we're
sorry. Go ahead.
we're in a sea of black comedies where black comedies are slapstick.
I feel like
There's more to humor than just slapstick.
Is it also that yes, I agree with you. Is it also that we're getting older, and that our style of what we think is funny is changing?
I think it's just us. Like you said,
Us as in black people?
Us as in us. Three of us.
Yeah, right.
We are better than. Because as
us against the world.
As lovely and as smart as intelligent as my fiance is, she runs the spectrum for movies. Like she will watch something that is super highbrow and way over my head, but then she'll watch some
garbage,
fucking trash.
Right. I can't
do that anymore. Now I try to watch the heady stuff. And I'm not saying I just saw Furious 7. So
right, exactly.
Like I'm not above it all, but
like I love indie movies, but again, I was damn near high-fiving during Furious 7. I mean,
right. But I can't watch stuff like Baggage Claim or Soul Plane or
we will never do that.
I've never finished Soul Plane.
We will never do that movie on here.
I couldn't do it.
Like it's so stupid. Like I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be like Airplane and stuff like that, but
stupid humor. But
no, it's not.
It's got to be written well, man. And sometimes
writing really matters to me.
Sometimes I get the feeling that something. You can't just scream out a curse word and expect people to laugh and think that's funny.
Yeah, you can.
Well, apparently.
That's why they
not me, but yeah.
Like sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes it's funny.
Yeah,
but there's only so much of it. Like when Kevin Hart first came out, I thought Kevin Hart was hilarious.
Yeah,
he was funny in this one.
And
his one scene
was
when you keep him, but when you keep him, yeah, when you contain him, he's good.
It was hilarious,
right? But I'm not watching Get Hard. You know what I mean?
I saw that movie.
Oh yeah, you did.
I had to see that movie. In fairness to me,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That shit was the most mediocre fucking movie I've ever seen.
And that's the thing. Like I don't know if it's it can't be us writing our own stuff and then putting it out there, right? Like someone else has to be writing this. Because when you get talented people writing things that are their own,
right?
Like you get stuff like this.
Right, but I think that there is a difference between the person being talented. Chris Rock is incredibly talented and stuff like that, obviously. I think that's not the only thing that makes this movie good. I think it's also learning how to tell a story, right? Like the movies that we were just sort of naming that have come out, Get Hard, any of the Kevin Hart movies, Ride Along, any of those over the last couple of years, they don't have good stories. Like the writing is just such, they're just hitting comedy beats instead of writing a good story that has good comedic elements in it. Where I think that's what this movie is.
Yeah, like those scary movies, and I don't know if
I don't think it takes any talent.
Consider them black movies, but
Marlon Wayans is in it.
The funniest, the only time I really enjoyed a comedy, before this was Think Like a Man.
Right,
Think Like a Man.
I think that was the last one.
I didn't see the second one.
I heard the second one.
The second one is not good.
Yeah,
we're not going to do the second one on the show.
All right. I mean, twist my arm. I don't really care. Like,
it wasn't that good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but again, that was a movie with a good story.
Yeah.
That had good comedic elements to it. And I think, and look, I think a large part of it is that we're probably slightly more snobbish about these type of movies because of our age, and we review them. Like that matters, right? Like I try to tell people all the time, like the perspective that you have when you watch a movie purely for entertainment is very different than when you have to talk about it, you have to write about it in order to influence people like this movie is really good or this movie is really bad. Like, and if you don't believe me, go see 15 movies and just write about them to your friends. Don't even start a blog or just write about it and see within that 15 movies, by like movie number 6, your perspective starts to change because you start to watch movies in a very different way. And I think that because of that, movies like this are more appealing. Like you start to see more elements to it. Like I start to watch how the film is shot versus just like, hey, that joke was really funny. Like there's more to this movie, a lot more to this movie than that.
Yeah. Look, there's nothing wrong if you want to turn your brain off and just have a good time.
Again, we all loved Furious 7.
Yeah.
Like he jumped a car through 2 buildings.
Right.
That doesn't even make any sense. I didn't have to. It's fine.
But, just what I would encourage people to do is to expand your palette when it comes to movies.
I agree.
I like to think that we do a pretty diverse set of movies. Yeah. And if you like these shows, like we're doing these movies for a reason, stuff like this where we want people to watch, stuff like, Temptation where we know it's not going to be good and we know we're not going to like it. We just want to have some fun.
Movie. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm going to throw this book right at your head with my bad arm so that maybe I hit Micah on the way over. Whatever.
You know you like that goddamn movie.
I kind of don't.
I think you do. I'm just,
it's so bad. It's so terrible.
I do kind of like it. After doing the show, I do kind of like it.
Yeah. I've listened to that episode numerous times, like just for a good time. Like just solely for a good time.
So
all right,
insane.
So Andre had a successful career as a stand-up comedian before hitting it big with a film franchise called Hammy the Bear.
You got Hammy time.
Hammy time. It's Hammy time. In which he plays a cop in a bear suit alongside Louis Guzman.
Is he an actual bear that can talk? Or is he a person in a bear suit? I was not clear.
This says he's when I first saw it, I thought he was a talking bear.
Yeah, that's right.
But this says
it's like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
A cop in a bear suit.
That doesn't make any sense.
Which ironically makes even less sense than a talking bear. Like if you'd have had Yogi and Boo Boo doing as cops in New York, that would make more sense than just a guy in a mascot's uniform.
Was he trapped in it? Like, what the fuck? Took off the goddamn uniform.
And I maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I feel like that's Chris Rock commenting on the roles that he has been in.
I think that's I don't think that's just him commenting on his roles, but I think that's the same as him commenting on Martin Lawrence with the fucking Big Mama's House things. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, those are kind of exactly what those movies are.
Like you don't have to get dressed up in a wig and a fat suit to be funny,
right?
Like Martin, you're funny, dude. Like just be funny.
Yeah. But
do that.
But isn't that? I mean, again, I don't think you're reading too much into it. That's where our comedy has gone, right? Is we have to dress up. I mean, there's a reason why Dave Chappelle didn't do it, but you can look back at almost any major black comedians, all at some point dressing up as women to play these cross-dressing sort of characters and stuff like that for effect.
And I think a lot of them have a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, that's why they all freak the fuck out. Eddie Murphy is the perfect example. It's like, I can't do this shit.
Murphy's fucking singing reggae.
Yeah, dude, if you guys like it, I'll make another one. I don't need that, Eddie. I'm good.
Like what? Like you think? Like if you think about these guys, I'm stuttering. If you think about these guys, they are like they fall off, and they don't come back. Which is one of the reasons why we have like the black actor of the moment. Yeah, and they're usually comedians. Someone like Will Smith who has staying power doesn't have this problem, but Chris Rock.
He's never done. He's never done like the Hammy the Bear fucking trilogy. He's never done anything like that.
Like Chris Rock had a ton of fucking movies, and then he kind of fell off for a bit.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker was super duper funny. He had those Rush Hour movies, and he fell off. Martin Lawrence had Martin, and then he did a bunch of shitty movies, sold out, so to speak, and then he fell off. Yeah. And a lot of those.
And Kevin Hart is getting ready to fall off.
And Kevin Hart is about to fall the fuck off.
Yeah.
He's doing too much.
He's doing too much. He's overexposed. He's getting ready to be in a movie with like The Rock or something, I think. Right? Like another sort of buddy cop movie. Okay, so that would be your third one, basically, because Get Hard, Ride Along, and then this movie with The Rock is pretty much the same exact movie. Yeah, all right. So after the movie with The Rock, that's the end of Kevin Hart's career.
Like it's the whole I can't talk today.
You've been watching too much Daredevil, dude.
Yeah. Wow. It's analogous to the rich versus wealth thing, where it seems like us, black people as a whole, want to be rich. Like, we want to be rich and famous. You know what I mean? But you can run out of money. And you run out of money real quick. Whereas if you build wealth, you're set. Like
it just takes longer.
Yeah. Like Will Smith has built wealth, which is why white people aren't afraid of him. And he could pretty much write his own ticket.
That's why he can be in a superhero movie playing a character who's white and no one complains.
Nobody complains about it.
Nope.
Nobody.
A major character.
Right.
Right. Where you can be fucking Ben Urich and be black and people are like, wait a minute, like a minor character, right? But yeah, Will Smith has not just wealth as far as money is concerned, but he has wealth as far as his career, and his staying power, like you said.
Yeah. I want black actors and black entertainers to have wealth. I want them to stick around. Like Idris Elba. You don't see, everybody loves Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Look, people are bandying about his name for being James fucking Bond.
And it might happen, actually.
Fucking Whitey McWhite guy. And it might happen. Like you said, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Doesn't, what's his name have a couple more years to be James Bond?
He does.
50 by the time.
He ain't giving him that role. Daniel Craig's like, gonna need to knock my teeth out again.
Right. Because Daniel Craig is not an attractive man, but he's James Bond.
So ask a woman.
But he's getting back to Idris Elba is going to be one of those people who has staying power
because he doesn't just do anything.
He doesn't just do anything. I think he did one Tyler Perry movie, did not like that experience, and he said, "I'm not doing those type of movies again."
It was like Daddy's Little Girls.
Yeah. He said, he's picking and choosing his roles. Well, I don't know if it's the performers or if it's the agents or the people around them.
I think it has a lot to do with what caliber of a performer you are. Comedy is a little harder because especially black comics, they hit you could just be like a club comic for a while, get that one comic view moment and then fucking blow up. I mean, seriously, and just blow up. And then you're the biggest fucking comedy actor in the world for a hot minute. So they're just like, I got to do as many of these movies as humanly possible. Look at Cat Williams. What the fuck happened to Cat Williams? He was like, everybody, Cat Williams' new fucking show's coming out. And he did so many of them. And I thought he was funny. And then all of a sudden it was just like, Cat Williams is crazy. And now he's like snorting coke and being a lunatic and getting arrested. And then his career was fucking done.
Yeah.
I watched his last stand-up special. He's still funny. It's just... he's crazy.
Right. Well, it's like, I mean, what was it? Chris Rock, and we got to move on. But, Chris Rock did that whole joke when he was on that show with Kevin Hart. What's the one? Husbands of Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, Kevin Hart, you're black people famous. I'm famous. And that's true. Like, yeah, like people really like Kevin Hart and that's fine. But like, black people are keeping Kevin Hart's career afloat right now.
Right.
Chris Rock, everybody knows who Chris Rock is at the.
Oh,
yeah.
I think
that shit about the drop, dude.
Get Hard. I feel like that's his crossover movie, right?
No, no. I feel like you haven't seen Get Hard.
Kind of.
I feel like you haven't seen it.
Like he's so popular, white people like him.
No, I think white people like laughing at Kevin Hart. I don't think they find Kevin Hart particularly all that.
I don't
funny.
think they respect Kevin Hart. People respect Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like you go to an average white person and you say, hey, name me the funniest black comedian. Chris Rock is going to be it 99% of the time.
Yeah, I would argue that's true.
Not Eddie Murphy.
Not Eddie Murphy.
Oh, not anymore.
Not anymore.
No. His career is the fucking
His career is done.
Norbit.
Haunted House. Even he was like, "Oh, it's Saturday Night Live. Hey, everybody, I'm Eddie Murphy, and I'm not funny anymore."
That's basically it.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not doing anything for laughs. I'm like, God damn,
Right.
what the fuck is wrong
After
with you?
Chris Rock gave him this massive intro,
Right.
Yeah, like,
Hey, everybody.
I'm glad to be here.
It's like, oh, y'all wanted me to do more? Oh.
Well, I'm not.
Sorry.
Go watch my old shit.
You people turned your back on me
Let me go
by
sing
not
this
supporting my
reggae.
shitty movies.
Go sing this
I'm gonna
reggae.
sing "Party All the Time."
I like that song. Still one of my favorite 80s songs.
So
All right,
back to the movie. Everybody yells. Yeah. So he's done this Hammy the Bear thing, and everybody's yelling as soon as they see him on the street. Yo, Hammy!
It's Hammett time.
It's Hammy time! Whenever they see him. He was in trouble with the law and is a recovering alcoholic. But he has turned his life around, and now he wants to do a more serious movie. He's had his come to Jesus moment, so he wants to do this movie. This movie is called Uprise, in which he portrays Duddy Boukman, a prominent figure during the Haitian Revolution.
Would you see this movie if it was real?
Chris Rock was in it?
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't have. Not if I hadn't seen this movie. I'd be like, no.
Right.
No, I don't think so.
Because looking at, like, they have clips of the movie,
It's fucking horrible.
and it looks terrible. Like, and it looks like Chris Rock acting like Chris Rock in his old Chris Rock days.
Yeah, it's like, like
All those stupid fucking faces and those stupid costumes, and it seems like a Chris Rock movie from 10 years ago. It looks god awful. He is also engaged to a reality TV star named Erica Long, played by Gabrielle Union. And all of his fans are curious as to whether or not he'll do another Hammy movie, or if he's going to do stand up again.
By the way, he's being interviewed by Charlie Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of people that he got to be in this movie is kind of amazing. So, anyway, go ahead. I just thought that was funny.
Which, again, everybody respects Chris Rock.
Right. You think
Kevin Hart would get?
You think Charlie Rose is going to be in Get Hard too? No, he's not.
Has Charlie Rose interviewed Chris Hart? I think he has.
Or Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart. I said Chris Hart. What the fuck?
See, even you respect Chris Rock.
You respect Chris Hart more than Kevin Hart. It's true for all of us.
We see Andre walking around with his bodyguard Silk, played by JB Smoove.
How does he have a career and he can't speak?
He's funny.
He's
He's funny.
He's funny. Like I like JB Smoove, especially when he was in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
He was a perfect foil to. He was a bit of a coon.
Oh, certainly.
But he was a perfect foil to Larry David. It was like white people were trying to experiment with black people, and it was like,
Sounds so wrong.
so this is what you people do. Yeah, Larry, I'm looking with them. And it's like,
Is JB Smoove? Could JB Smoove play the RZA in a biopic about Wu-Tang?
he could play. I would love to see JB Smoove cosplay as a mashup of the RZA and Mushmouth from the Fat Albert gang.
Live action.
Yes.
Like they had a conversation between those two.
JB Smoove and
JB
the
Smoove and the RZA.
It'll sound like a DJ mixing and scratching, like to the best we could.
That would be the most impossible conversation to have.
I need subtitles.
So Andre is walking with Silk and expresses his dismay about the response to his film Uprise. A New York Times critic named James Nielsen is particularly harsh with his review, saying things like, I wouldn't see this movie if it was playing on the inside of my eyeballs.
Or in the inside of my glass.
My glasses.
That's a fucking brutal statement.
I mean, goddamn, man. Like, that's some fucked up ass shit. Almost borderline personal attacks.
Yeah, I feel like they're a little brutal, but I also slightly respect them because they're hilarious.
And it was like, all of his movies.
Yeah, he hates all of them.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Which I guess would be your
like
feelings
me.
of every Chris Rock movie. Anyway.
I don't like Chris Rock's movies, except for this one. He speaks to his agent, Charles, played by Kevin Hart, as we've been railing on before, who actually does a really good job, as we said in this
He's
movie.
good in this.
Because he has one scene and not that many lines, and his manic like thing that he does fits for fits well for an agent.
Yeah,
like this scene was hilarious to me.
Yeah,
it was. Why people don't tell me shit.
So at this point, Silk is like, look, the person doing the Times interview is here, and we meet them, and it is Chelsea Brown, played by Rosario Dawson. They have to go to her apartment first to get her recorder, and so that she can change clothes.
Can we talk about just quickly how fucking amazing Rosario Dawson looks in everything, especially in this movie?
Look, Rosario Dawson, if you want it, you can get it. I ain't married yet. And then, look, when I do get married, I mean, look, I'll make some arrangements.
Sorry, honey, you're gonna have to understand.
You can get it. I'm just saying, because she's gorgeous. Oh, and you know what? And you know what else about Rosario Dawson? I've seen her in interviews and stuff. She just seems cool.
Yes,
like her personality just seems like she's that down ass chick that you really want to have sex with.
And she's good in everything she does.
She's a good actress.
It doesn't matter what the hell she's in. Like, she's just good.
Like, she can play tough. She could play real. She could play sensitive. She could play anything. She's not like a one-trick pony.
No.
Like other Latina actresses out there.
Well, I would say a lot of actors and actresses, period, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, whether she is playing a reporter or stitching up a blind vigilante, she's good in everything.
She's good in everything. Yep. And looks good in everything.
Especially, what's that movie?
Trance.
Yep.
Yeah. Rosario Dawson, Trance, Google, enter.
And go to Google Images.
Yeah.
Because she's married to that guy, isn't she?
What?
The director.
I think so.
Lucky son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch. I got to get a.
I now hate that movie solely because he's married to her. That's it. I actually enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but that dude is an interesting guy.
Yeah, he has an interesting
face.
He's got an interesting face. That's unfortunate.
Boyle is his name?
Yeah, I think so. They stop off at her apartment to get a recorder. Andre sees a Cinderella book on the counter and meets Chelsea's mother and daughter. Her mother shows off a magazine to Andre, particularly an article about how women can attract men. Chelsea snatches it from her since it's something that she wrote under a pseudonym, since she doesn't want to use her real name for a bunch of fluff pieces.
I love that. Here's an article about how to attract men. Step 1, look like Rosario Dawson. Step 2,
act like Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, exactly. Step 3, go back and read step 1 and 2. That's it. All right. So when they leave her apartment, they have Chris Rock and Rosario Dawson have a conversation about the Cinderella imagery, I guess, or in that book.
This Cinderella stuff.
Those are my daughters.
A little girl's reading the Cinderella effect?
Okay, that one's mine.
Okay. Don't you think it's kind of odd that a grown woman is still into Cinderella?
Don't you think that it's kind of odd that a grown man is still into the Yankees?
Yes, but the Yankees are a real team.
A-Rod is real.
Okay, you got me on that one.
Okay, for your information, my daughter is working on a school project, where they have to rewrite a classical story, and she's doing one on the real Cinderella. According to my child, Cinderella was born a nanny in the Bronx in 1995. Okay, her mama was a nanny, and her secret father was the mean white landlord who had 3 daughters. Now, Cinderella had to do all the things that a nanny has to do. She had to cook and clean and do everything for her sisters. And then one day, Prince came into town and was doing a concert that everyone wanted to attend. But the landlord forbid her to go, so she waited until her sisters left. And then she snuck into the concert and was the prettiest girl there. Prince didn't want to hang with anyone else. And then she noticed that her sisters were leaving and she knew she had to go. But she also knew that she wanted to see Prince again. So she did what girls do when they want to see a guy again.
Hand job?
She left something.
One, that scene's very funny and well written. I like that she says, when she's describing the story, she says Cinderella. Like, that's fucking funny. But you get to see like you get a good chunk of her acting in this movie in that scene, and it's good.
And, maybe there's some foreshadowing there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Every good story has it.
The two leave and they commence the interview in Andre's limo. Chelsea starts asking fluff questions, and Andre is like, "Why don't you ask me some real questions?" And she was like, "All right, nigga, how come you're not funny no more?"
That shit was brutal as fuck, dude.
She inquires about his alcoholism since she too has been sober for 4 years. And Andre recalls the lowest point in his life when he was in Houston. Then he begins to tell this story, which is the most amazing story.
It's fucking hilarious.
So he goes and meets Jazzy D, played by Cedric the Entertainer. Jazzy D is a freewheeling charlatan that claims he is the go-to guy in the area for drugs and alcohol.
How do I know a white person wrote the synopsis for this movie? A go-to charlatan. I'm the motherfucking man in Houston.
Andre joins Jazzy. Andre wants some syrup. You give them hangers. They got your boy. They got your boy.
He was actually funny in this shit.
I like Cedric the
Everybody
Entertainer.
in this movie was pretty funny except for a couple people.
Yeah. He was, and you know what? I guess I'm a grimy dude. Like I steal hangers because I need hangers. You know what I mean?
Do you really?
I need hangers, man.
Nigga, you got a job. What are you stealing hangers for? You stealing boxes too? You building a fort?
Wait. You could go to fucking like the Dollar General and get like 10
Not
for
wooden
$1.
hangers.
No, that's true. Not wooden
No,
hangers.
wooden
Yeah,
You
wooden
know,
hangers are
they
nice.
have them at like IKEA, and you can get like 10 for like $5.
I ain't driving all the way out to IKEA.
Why are you stealing? Are you a drug addict? Are you selling these hangers?
No, I need them for my clothes. I got a lot of clothes.
Do you steal? Where do you
have a lot of
steal
fucking
wooden
clothes.
hangers?
See, he helped me move. You know I got a lot of clothes.
I got a lot of fucking clothes.
No, I know. I hear you. But the question is, where are you stealing these from?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going out to like Target to steal hangers. Like, no, if they're in like a hotel.
You actually steal the hangers?
I've stolen a hanger or two from a hotel.
And by 2, you mean like 15? Like
All of them.
Semantics, man. Get out of here.
That things you find out on the show. Micah, a fucking wooden hanger thief. I like to imagine you open your closet and there's just like all these nice cedar hangers. Like, wow, Micah's so neat. And he really spends a lot of money on hangers. Spends money on them.
I guarantee you, people run out of hangers.
How many in your lifetime
I can't
of
count
wood?
that high.
That's ridiculous. Slash very rewarding piece of information. Thank you very much.
Andre joins Jazzy at a club where they meet women Jazzy claims he can go home with, can get to go home with them. Andre enjoys himself until all right. This is ridiculous. So first of all, they're at the club, right? And they say, "Oh, bring like 4 bitches over, whatever." So we cut to him, Andre, in the hotel room. If there's one thing that I don't want to look, we're gonna praise Chris Rock a lot in this movie, but here's something to balance that. Nigga, get some protein in your diet.
Yeah.
And lift some fucking weights.
He's skinny as fuck.
God damn. Like, shirtless Chris Rock is not. Yeah.
I feel like women are not attracted to Chris Rock for his looks.
Yeah. Because goddamn.
He's gotten better looking as the years have gone by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Money.
That he needs to curl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something,
Do
man.
something, bro.
Curl, push-ups. I mean, you could literally do anything and it would help you out.
He should have done at least some push-ups to get
Right. To
the
get like a
blood
pump.
flowing.
Right.
Yeah.
The chest. It's something.
Right.
This motherfucker looks like he's never lifted a weight in his life.
He hasn't. Yes, he hasn't.
He looks like he's been lifting that crack pipe. That's what he is.
He looks pretty much the same as he did in New Jack City.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
And that
of
was
this show.
fucking 30 years ago. so he's in his hotel room, and then two women come in, and they start having a good time and eating chicken and having pillow fights and fucking, because that's what you do. You, in that order, you eat chicken, you have a pillow fight, and then you start eating pussy.
He got some protein, he had some energy, and then they started fucking.
Yes. Then all of a sudden,
dude, that picture, by the way, when he's getting blown by the two women, and there's a fucking picture of George W. Bush. That shit is hilarious.
It's also funny, the two women laying there spread eagle, and then he goes from one to the other, and
Gross.
His face is hilarious to me when he's going in. I'm going in. It's like he's taking a breath because he's getting ready to go underwater. So they're having a threesome, and then all of a sudden, Jazzy comes in and is like, "Oh shit," and starts undressing. And
that would be the worst moment. Like, I don't need you here, bro.
Like, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And the look on Chris Rock's face is priceless, because you see the smile on his face, and then it's slow mo, and you see the horror, but he's still stroking, because you gotta keep stroking, guys. You gotta keep stroking, and then Jazzy comes in, fucking knocks Chris Rock out of the way, and then proceeds to continue to stroke.
Yeah.
This is a goddamn hilarious scene, and Chris Rock, skinny as all hell, is curled up in the corner like a victim. And Jazzy gets his, and
Cedric with that fucking like boss chain on and shit. That shit is so funny. Oh my god.
And as he's telling the story to Chelsea, he's like, "Oh, these women were so beautiful," and then instantly he was completely repulsed by them, because they were doing like the nastiest shit with the nastiest guy that he'd ever seen in his life, and it finishes with just him erupting like Mount Vesuvius. And we cut to the aftermath.
Oh my
which
god!
Is a goddamn gigantic stained mattress.
There's like 3 or 4 like, dude, that shit is so funny.
That shit was gross.
As he shamefully laid in bed, the two women returned to collect money, $1,000 each, that Jazzy promised them if they would have sex with Andre. Andre was like, "What the fuck? Like, I'm not paying you to fuck him.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here." And they're like, "If you don't give me money, I'm gonna yell rape." And
that's some fucking shady shit.
Yeah,
man.
ladies, that's not cool, man. Like, don't do that shit.
Because they will always believe you.
They will always believe you. And they both cry rape, and Andre got arrested. And from then on, he was like, "I'm never, ever drinking again."
Yeah. I have to say, though, for the scene where it's the lowest point in his life, I thought they would go with something more extreme in his drinking, where it was just like, that's just like a bad situation to have him, but it wasn't because of his alcoholism.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I felt like they could have just like really, like, if they really wanted to show how fucked up it was, they would have had him have a foursome with him, like, and then he sobered up and was like, "This was a terrible fucking idea." Like, that would have been like, okay, you might want to stop drinking. But yeah, it wasn't as bad, but it was a hilarious situation.
Yeah, something like this seems like it would be like, that's when I stopped using.
Or like, I'm just never going to Houston again.
Yeah, how about that?
I got to stop fucking prostitutes.
How about stay away from Texas?
Yeah.
Nothing good comes out of Texas.
Absolutely none.
Nothing. So back at the limo,
JB Smoove hitting on that heavyset female cop, which is such a great little sort of side,
just a little character moment.
Right. He's like, "Girl, you look." Well, I forget what his line is to the cop, but it's something like, "Girl, you're looking healthy," or some shit like that. And she's walking by.
Get away from me. Big
girls need love too, guys, but they gotta pay.
Go ahead.
So in the limo gets hit by a cab on the street, prompting everyone but the driver to leave.
Wait, you're skipping over something. So, when they go back to the limo, Andre Allen and Rosario
Chelsea.
and Chelsea, they go into a was it Bulgari or whatever, like that really fancy jewelry store to pick
yeah.
up.
Yeah. Andre, and I mean, I'm reading this off of Wikipedia, so it might be a little off.
Yeah.
Andre and Chelsea ditch Silk and go around the city. Andre stops by a jewelry store to pick up the rings for the wedding, only to find out that Erica exchanged the ring and got another piece of jewelry for herself.
That was bigger.
That was, like they added a ring. He was like, what the fuck? Like, we didn't win the Super Bowl. Like, this is just a...
That shit looked like a fucking Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, it did, man.
Would you have been pissed? I'd have been a lot more pissed than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, get the
mad
fuck
as
out of here.
It's not like he doesn't have the money, but it was just, I'd be like,
There were 3 rings there.
yeah.
I'm like, this isn't a Mormon marriage, bitch. Like, what are you doing? Like, no.
Who these other
First
two
of all,
rings?
what
for?
is this? The 2 rings that I bought are fine. Like, oh well, what did she say? The producers wanted us to get bigger ring. I'm like,
Yeah, something that looks bigger on camera.
I'm not marrying the producer.
Right,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Fuck you.
It's bad enough. Look, as a person who went ring shopping recently for wedding bands, like it's bad enough that
You get
the wedding band. You get 2. All that goddamn money I spent on that engagement ring, and I got to buy you another one.
Yeah.
And we priced the
Should have gone lower, dog.
We priced the 2 rings. Nigga, why the fuck is the man's ring like $200?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Because it ain't about your ass.
My fucking ring is gonna be like $250.
Yeah.
She was like,
That's
oh.
exactly how much my ring costs.
like, oh,
and
I
it
can
has
buy this
carbon
now.
fiber in it. And it was, yeah. It's like a precious metal. $200.
They gotta order her ring.
Yeah.
But with mine,
They're like, we got them in the back. Don't worry.
Right.
We got a case of them.
you want this display case?
Yeah.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah. How many you want? You want 5 rings?
Right
Here.
I got a Cracker Jack box in the back. I could go get another one.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. It's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Oh my God, man. All right, I'm sorry. I just had to.
It's true. It's
had to
true. Guys get
that
totally fucking screwed in that
God
regard.
damn. I'm not saying I want some shit with diamonds and shit all on it, but God, come
I knew
on,
an
man.
asshole was like that. It was like, if I'm gonna spend that much money, I'm gonna get a ring with diamonds. I was like,
Fuck you.
dude,
No.
just calm your ass down,
No.
you fucking showman.
Yeah, get out of here. No, you don't need a bunch of jewelry in
Shocking.
your
Yeah, breaking news. Him and his wife got divorced after 1 year. Breaking news. Fucking idiot.
So wait, how much is the bride's ring if the groom's?
I don't want to say how much I'm paying for it, but
Oh, the guy in my story? You're saying?
No, I mean like if the
usually it's 10 times as much.
I ain't getting married.
And that's cheaper than the engagement.
No, wait. 10 times as much?
Yeah. For the band that.
Oh, for the band.
For the wedding band.
Oh, I thought you meant the engagement ring. I was like, it's way more than 10 times.
The engagement ring, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
The engagement ring is a down payment on a fucking house. That's what that is.
Wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Nah.
Me in marriage, maybe.
I and see the first time I got engaged, it was under $1,000. Because thank God. And then the second time, I'm like, all right, you know what? No, she's worth it. She's worth it this time. This is it. So, but I think I went too much the other way.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you overcompensated there, bro.
Yeah. Well, I got a little dick, guys. I got a little
Well, then mine must be fucking huge. So I was smart.
That's what we do.
Manage expectations, everybody.
Yeah.
That's what being married is all about.
If you're dating, you got to manage expectations.
I'm going to take you on a $200 first date.
Don't be like me.
Nah, son.
Don't be like me.
Yeah, don't be an idiot. Listen to Airing of Grievances, our premium show. You'll find out just how stupid we can be. We've all had those moments.
Andre calls Erica up about the ring. She tells him that the producers did it because they because the rings need to look nice on TV.
The producers, did it get the fuck out of my face with that shit?
Andre asks Chelsea what her thoughts would be if she were in this situation. And we learned one reason Andre is with Erica is because she influenced him into staying sober. Andre and Chelsea stop at an apartment. Did the radio show thing happen before?
Yeah, the radio show thing happens before that.
Okay, so they stop at Sirius XM to cut a couple promos and to talk about the movie, and we get another hilarious scene.
All right, here you go.
Okay, I don't really know what you mean. Could you show me?
You're the funny. Okay, all right. It's like, hey, this is Andre Allen. And when I listen to satellite radio, whoa, I listen to Sirius Hits 1. Woo!
It's a brand new movie.
Uprise. It's in theaters today.
You're playing a Haitian revolutionary?
This is a
Homosexuals.
homosexual radio
Yeah.
station. I just want to say what's up to all my Haitian fans. Now listen to Opie and Anthony.
First of all, who's going to believe that Hammy the Bear is a revolutionary out of Haiti?
Hammy's not in the movie. They should let children out of school to see this movie. They should show it in school. First, 100 gay people get $3 off their tickets. If you look at my comedy, it was always serious. Just prove your gayness.
How do we prove we're gay?
I have some goat meat. I brought you some Haitian food. Goat meat.
Goat meat.
Spaghetti with ketchup, which Haitians actually eat for breakfast.
Wow, really?
Yes, this
Sounds awful.
yes, spaghetti with ketchup is the Cheerios of Haiti.
Now, is there going to be a Hammy the Bear 4?
I hate Hammy the Bear. I gave you 3 Hammy the Bears. I want people to take me serious. I want people to stop walking up to me in the street and making bear sounds.
Andre, what do you have to say to the white audience here that is insulted, disgusted by your movie, watching 50,000 of their people being killed?
George Bush killed a lot of brown people. Nobody had a problem with that.
It wasn't a movie.
He killed some white, like really killed them.
Shit.
I fake kill white people, and it's a problem.
There's outrage.
How many of these white people actually die on screen?
Probably 2,000-3,000.
That's it, dog?
Stank.
All right, dude, that is a really good montage.
The hell line from Sway at the end was fucking hilarious. Like, that's it, dog? Like, Terrence has killed more white people in Assassin's Creed 3, dog. Like, what the fuck?
Right. That's it. By the way, that DJ is Brian Regan. He's also a comic. He's a pretty funny guy, too.
Which one?
I've seen it.
The guy who was like, put some stank on it.
Whoa. Hey, everybody.
That shit was fucking ridiculous. But I really like that scene because, one, yeah, Anthony Cumia or whatever.
Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, Cumia. Yeah, of course he would ask that question because he's a racist. Yeah, that's why his ass got fucking fired. Good. Piece of shit.
But, people respect Chris Rock. Like,
He'll be on the show.
right. Like, Chris Rock has, sway, power, influence.
Sway.
That's it, dog.
How?
Next scene, the two travel to Andre's old neighborhood to chat with his family, and so that Chelsea can interview family members individually.
Right. Now they run into this guy who's like, "Hey man, come back to the neighborhood,
Hollywood.
Yeah, all this shit." Who's Ben Vereen, by the way? Again.
Yeah.
Why does he always play a scumbag father, man?
What else is he in?
He was in fucking Fresh Prince.
Oh shit, that's right. That's right. Oh my god.
I'm like, is okay?
He was also the mayor.
Play the type.
Look, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but he also played the mayor in Zoobilee Zoo, that kids show back in the day. Because he's like he's a very famous dancer.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I know him from.
Yeah, and he was
Zoobilee Zoo.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he was dancing on that show. It was a kid show. I was like 5 when that show came out.
I remember the song of that show.
All right, so
I'm not gonna sing it,
I appreciate
but I
that.
remember the song.
We all appreciate it.
Yeah, he played his father when he.
That's funny.
And possibly the best, the best scene in Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Smith had to act.
I don't need him.
And when we realized, oh, that nigga's good.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Turns out,
how come you don't want me, man?
Uncle Phil. God damn it. I miss James Avery. Shed a tear. But you come to find out, that he's actually Andre's father.
Yeah.
And like any other do nothing nigga, he's just hanging out in front of the projects all day.
Right. Shitting on Andre and then turning around and say, hey, can you just buy me some money, bro? Till I get my check.
No.
What is this phantom check that people say they need to get?
Welfare check?
Welfare?
I
don't know.
I'm not on welfare.
Yeah, I'm just assuming.
I assume it's a welfare.
I didn't know if checks just magically come to you.
When you're poor, they just show up.
Like, maybe I got to give this poor thing a shot.
You were, Micah, you were poor. You had mustard in your refrigerator and bottled water. That's about as close to being. You just had a house that you could go into. That's about as poor as you get. Cold, empty pizza boxes in there.
Yeah, well, you ain't lying.
You're like, no, I got food. I got chicken in the refrigerator, cooked.
Yeah,
I can eat.
I don't know what to do with myself. So Chelsea, during her interviews, learns that Andre's ex regrets breaking up with him after seeing how famous he got.
That shit was funny.
The others say others say that Andre wasn't really funny when he started stand up, and ain't that funny now.
But sounds like a lot of jealousy to me.
Yeah, that's what that shit sounds like. And together the group sits and chats about their top 5 favorite rappers, though they include a 6th one in their lineup as well.
Yeah. Now, here is a really funny scene where they're talking about what Tupac could have been if he was still around. And I have some things to say about this. So here you go.
Son, when Nas focus, he better than Jay, man. I'm sorry.
Come on, that's some real shit. Because Tupac was headed for the Oscar. Tupac would be one of our political leaders.
Tupac might be a political leader if he's alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now. So you don't know.
You never know.
You don't know.
Never know.
He might be. Tupac might be the bad dark-skinned boyfriend in the Tyler Perry movie.
I gotta agree with that shit right there.
I would hope he's a senator.
I gotta agree with that shit right there.
But he might be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs.
Yo.
That shit is funny, man. That shit is funny.
Not only is it funny, it's true.
But he wasn't dark skinned.
Dark enough.
Brown enough. He was brown enough. He wasn't light like Shamar Moore.
Okay.
Resident hero to black women in Tyler Perry movies. Now,
and he was bald too. Get the fuck out of here. I mean
that's Tyler Perry's type. Womp womp. He's having a baby, right, with a woman. That doesn't make sense. So now here's the interesting thing. I feel like people thinking that Tupac could have been like a political leader. I think the only people who say that are people who are not very smart. I feel like Tupac said some things that were deep to dumb people. Like I don't find Tupac to be all that deep. He was like, yeah, we should care about the community. Keep your head up. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know that. I'm not fucking retarded. Like, I didn't think he was that amazing. Like, oh, he was a modern day Socrates. No, he wasn't. That nigga just got shot. He was not a prophet.
Them niggas got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you.
Tupac assassinated.
He's not,
Biggie Smalls assassinated.
No, those niggas got shot.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King was assassinated.
Yeah, I don't see Tupac being
a senator.
Alderman Tupac.
Alder. That's about as far as he would get. It's a fucking alderman.
He might.
Can you imagine Senator Tupac Shakur from the great state of California?
He wasn't saying anything that like the Black Panthers hadn't said 30 years ago.
Exactly. I just never found him to be like I think he was a good artist or whatever, but I never found him to be quote unquote like profound. Like I just never got that. Like he was a poet or whatever. I'm like, I mean, he made some songs that were good, but
most music people, I don't think I don't put them in a class where they are above other people. No,
I think a lot of people mistake success with being intelligent.
Yeah,
like a lot of people didn't graduate high school, dude. A lot of them didn't graduate high school.
Yeah,
I mean, he did, but it wasn't like, oh, well, I mean, not to compare him to this person, but it's not like James Franco, who's got like 19 fucking degrees and shit like that. Like, yeah, he has like 2 doctorates and like trying to get like 4 master's degrees at the same time. Like, that guy's legit smart as shit. But like, I'm not saying Tupac was dumb, but it's just kind of like general nigga logic. Like, okay.
I mean, it's that shit that you hear in like churches where it's like,
again,
you need to reinforce the same things that like I take care of my kids. What, you want, a cookie?
Like that shit. Like, I feel like Tupac seemed incredibly intelligent and incredibly enlightened and everything else if you compare him to all the other artists he was around. You know, when you're just talking about like shoot a nigga, shoot a nigga, shoot a nigga. Yeah, he seems like a genius compared to fucking Waka Flocka. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Waka Flocka was like 3.
But again, Chief Keef, I don't know.
Yeah, stop it.
that guy's he's a poet, right? Right, guys?
No, I'm not gonna say he didn't have some profound things to say. Because like what's his Kendrick Lamar's album? Really good.
It is.
That dude he's a smart dude.
Right.
Like, granted,
is he Senator Smart?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Are senators smart?
Some of them.
Some of them.
Ooh.
Barack Obama was a senator.
Oh. Okay. One.
Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren's a senator. I mean, she's smart.
She's smart. She just don't like money in politics.
Again, smarter than most of those motherfuckers.
I don't feel like you have to have a doctorate to be smart.
Yeah, but you have to come off like you.
Lie to me, Jerry. Lie to me.
I want people. I want to feel like the people. Look, I'm stupid, and I want people.
It's true. He steals fucking hangers, everybody.
And I want people who are making the decisions to at least appear smarter than me.
Yeah,
right.
Like if it seems like I can out debate you, something that I have no talent in and I hate to do, if I can out debate you, you're dumb.
Louis Gohmert.
But he would not. I don't think he would ever even attempt to run for governor.
No,
that wouldn't even be something he would try.
But one of our one of our leaders, I just don't. I don't see it. Like, I just don't see it. I feel like it's the same thing with people who sort of I feel like Tupac, because he died early, was kind of lionized. The same way Aaliyah is lionized. I'm like, music wasn't that amazing. Like,
I'll be the first to admit. Like I said online, I loved Aaliyah.
Yep.
No, I loved her music too, but
she wasn't the best singer in the world.
No, come on. Like, did she need a biopic? Like, I mean, apparently it was horrendous. So
it was terrible.
Yeah, but
it was fucking terrible.
We might need to do that at some point.
Skinny Missy, what?
Not back then.
No.
One, she also didn't look anything like Missy.
Not even remotely close.
But I feel like he was lionized because he was killed early. You know, I mean, I feel like that. It is what it is. But still, a great scene, and I think Chris Rock is right. He might have been just kicking fucking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs.
Because he was all about his acting shit. Right?
That's true. He was trying to be
poetic justice and juice.
Yeah.
What else? I think that's it.
You got the juice now.
But he probably would have been in a lot more shit had he not been shot.
Yeah.
Twice. 2 different occasions.
He was a dummy. Like, he wasn't a fucking thug. Like, he goddamn Suge Knight, man.
Don't hang around that guy, man.
Like,
dude, Suge Knight is legally blind. Hold me down.
He's legally blind. Apparently, he has high blood pressure because he fucking passes out when his bail set to like $16 million. He like that big nigga passing out like a bitch in fucking court.
He fucking passed out. Man. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
That shit is
good. Fuck you, Suge Knight. You're going to jail for life.
He should.
He should. He killed like 19 people at this point. What the fuck? Suge Knight is a serial killer, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
I don't think he's never going to be convicted of murder.
Oh my goodness gracious!
He did run those 2 people over though. He just flat out ran those dudes over.
He couldn't see them. He was legally blind. That shit was hilarious.
How can you be his man? How can you be his lawyer?
Like, Mr. Knight, you're fucking guilty. Period. I don't have anything else to say to you. Get out of my face. All right, continue.
That's funny. So at this point, this Wikipedia is all messed up.
Yes.
At this point, the limo gets hit by a cab, and they decide it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, he broke the fuck out.
Because if they see me in here, they're not going to sue the cab company, or the cab company's not going to sue the limo driver. They're going to sue me.
But they got rear-ended.
Yeah, and they got rear-ended.
Yeah. So they get out. The Silk, Chelsea, and Andre, and Silk, and as they're walking down the street, Silk is clearing a path. And Chelsea comments on how, he wouldn't need to clear a path if he wasn't clearing a path.
Right.
He was clearing a path from no one.
From nobody. And she kind of convinces Andre that, Silk is maybe more of a problem than you realize.
Yeah, I mean, and so Andre tells that story. They flash back to a story where somebody comes up to Chris Rock while he's wearing the Hammy costume, and he just fucking starts beating the shit out of the guy, and Silk helps him get away. And they're clearly lifelong friends, and that sort of is reiterated throughout the movie. But what's interesting is, while he does overly depend on him, like he does sort of need him, like he's sort of his guide in a lot of ways too. To try to be like, listen, like he's like his conscience, like by the end of the film, like, this is what I would do, just telling you,
Yeah.
So he is ultimately like the best for him.
That dynamic is very interesting. I see where she's coming from, but she is an outsider and she doesn't know that relationship. So
yeah, she doesn't know all their friendship details.
Right. So but I like how it was played in the movie. It's not, I don't need you, Silk, and you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So it's and you can tell that they are friends, and that at the end of the day, they got each other's back.
Right. I feel like JB Smoove sounds like the Michael Steele impression they do on The Daily Show. It's like, what's up, Shane Bibble? He's basically a Muppet. For all intents and purposes.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So, at this point in the movie, Chelsea and Andre are walking down the street, and they have a conversation about Planet of the Apes. So, here's that clip.
It's staring you right in the face, right? Every Planet of the Apes movie is about race. Everyone.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about the trilogy that starts off with Charlton Heston frolicking naked with a black astronaut. That typical sci-fi movie that's about the future and about how the human race is out of control. Yes, about race, but the human race.
No. It's about the white man's fear of a black planet. The darker apes are bigger and stronger. The lighter apes are smarter. Just racist bullshit. Mm-hmm. Do you realize that the original Planet of the Apes came out on April 3rd, 1968? Now, we both know what happened the next day.
Martin Luther King was killed.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of our old intro or outro. I kind of miss it. I think that scene, like, again, that's just one of those moments where they're having just a simplistic conversation, but it's a funny conversation, and it's real. Like, it's real, but that is exactly the style out of 2 Days in Paris. Like, it's exactly shot like that. Like, those scenes in New York are beautifully shot. Like, they're really well done. So
it just looked like two people walking down the street. It didn't even look like it was a movie.
It might have been.
There was a. Did you see the part of the red car that they walked in front of? Like, for some reason or another, I noticed this red car looked like it legitimately was trying to make a right turn.
It probably was.
And they were like, people just walking in front of him like, well, y'all niggas get the fuck out the way.
That would have been hilarious. Like they just left it in.
Like I think it was just cameraman,
just open
director,
shot,
and then just
shot like one cameraman.
Yeah, but again, like the way he frames a lot of New York City, like he frames a lot of things sort of slightly lower. Like they're not like dead on boring shots, so they're slightly lower to make Andre look sort of larger than life in a lot of ways, and to make the city kind of look huge. It's a really creative way of doing it. I really think, like, directing wise, he really came into his own in this movie. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, the city had just as much character as the characters themselves.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
You ever notice, I think I've said this before, you ever notice when Chris Rock is talking to people, he's never looking at them.
No, he doesn't.
He looks up through them,
yeah,
or forward. I'm like, why does he do that? He's done that in every single movie.
I think that's probably a thing he does naturally. I don't think it's like an acting choice, but it might be because he's a stand-up comic, and not to focus on one person in the crowd, to sort of just kind of talk in general. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it could also just be like a personal character flaw in that he finds it uncomfortable to make
eye contact.
But like I used to try that for a while. I try to make eye contact because you're a human being, right? You know, when you're talking to someone. But have you ever tried to have a conversation with someone and really keep eye contact the entire time? It makes people really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're just like,
what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, like
if someone is like, if I'm talking to somebody, I'll initiate eye contact and then I'll kind of look to the left. But if they're talking to me, I'll look them dead in the eye. I might scare them a little bit.
Yeah, like,
but I'm like,
that's why white people are afraid of you, Terrence, because you stare at them unbreaking.
Well, get used to it. Like I'm listening to what you have to say.
Be afraid of me. Yeah, I tried that for a while, and I realized like a lot of people, like that's my go-to move. Like I'm not a big guy. Like I'm not.
You establish dominance.
That's how I do it. Like if I feel like if guys look at my wife, like the thing I do is I look at them until they break fucking eye contact with me. That's my go-to move. I'm not like, sup motherfucker, what you looking at? That's just my move. I just look at you, and if I'm walking, I will just keep walking, and I will look at you until you look away, and I'm like, that's right, motherfucker. And then I'll walk away. My wife laughs at it all the time because that's my go-to move. It's my go-to move. Try it. It works. It works wonders.
Does it?
Yeah. It does. Like I've had big fucking dudes looking at my wife, and I'm just like,
I mean, life is like Fight Club. Like people don't really.
They don't want to be in a fight, and you don't know me because I'm small and I'm staring you right in your face. I'm probably fucking crazy. Good. Spoiler alert, I'm really not, but they don't know that shit.
It's a possibility.
He kind of is.
Yeah, I am kind of crazy. Don't fuck with my wife. Beat you to death in the street. I'll beat you like in episode 2 of Daredevil.
That's
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know.
Beat you.
I don't like people staring at me.
Yeah, well, don't look at my wife. Fuck you up. But I'm telling you, that is my go-to move. It weirdly makes me
like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, and I'd be like, you nigga.
Like
I'd be like, I hope he doesn't say anything.
Right, like what if he does say something? Like the fuck are you looking at?
Then it's fucking on, and I've made the choice I've made.
I have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, I just got to deal with it. Look, I'm 100 for 100. Batting 1,000. Hey. So far, it's worked.
It'll be that one fucking time.
It's only gonna take one time for me to get my ass kicked.
Like,
yeah.
Meet that Django. Meet that one nigga in 10,000.
Yeah, you just hear that fucking music in the record. Django. Like, oh fuck. I've made a grave mistake.
Every action has a consequence.
That's right. Go ahead.
So they're walking and talking. At one point, he attends a press conference for the film with fellow actors Taraji P. Henson and Gabourey Sidibe, among others.
This shit is fucking hilarious.
Once again, during a table interview, everyone asks Andre, "Will there be another Hammy movie?" And he's fucking pissed about that.
Can we quickly talk about Silk hitting on Gabrielle? She's like, nigga, if you get the fuck out of my face.
No, I told you already.
Yeah, I told you. I'm seeing somebody. Like, no, you're not. Anyway.
You know what I'm about.
She looked around like, nigga, if you don't. Like that line was delivered really, really well.
Yeah.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say these roundtable conversations where he's talking with all this press is really accurate because I've done these. Like, that's exactly how it is. A bunch of people, just a bunch of fucking sycophants, like, you know, sort of like questioning the actors about, you know, whatever roles and stuff like that. I just thought it was kind of cool because that's pretty fucking accurate.
I mean, it wasn't completely accurate because you don't have a black dude on there going around saying shots fired all the time.
I saw that coming.
Yeah. With a goddamn wrestling belt like a fucking nigga. Acting like a fucking asshole. Ruining it for every black person who's worked hard to get there with your ghetto ass. I hate that motherfucker, dude.
Good. We see eye to eye. Chelsea decides. So Chelsea has been texting her boyfriend, Brad. It's his birthday.
How did I not? I didn't clip out.
Sorry about that. Chelsea makes a stop at a hotel to meet Brad. Brad arrives.
No. Andre stops they go to the hotel for something for Andre. They run into Brad there.
Okay. Yeah. Again, this fucking Wikipedia is fucked up.
No, but they do flashback, which is rather important. They do flashback to Andre being like passed out in his house, and Erica is like basically like, I'm not going to deal with your shit for being drunk, and that was her way of helping him stop drinking, which is a shitty way, by the way. Just like, nigga, you ain't shit. Get it together if you still want to fuck me.
Right.
Kind of thing.
I'm leaving you if you don't stop.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
some people need that.
I mean, some people do need that.
Some people need it.
But it wasn't like she was like being helpful.
Right.
Wait, when was that flashback? Okay.
That was right before they run into Brad at the hotel.
Yeah. So they are at the hotel. I think this is where the press conference was taking place, or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So they run into Brad, and they start talking, and Brad's being kind of antsy, and all of a sudden, out the corner of her eye, Chelsea sees Brad's friend Ryan. And then she sees Ryan wearing the shirt that Chelsea bought Brad. And then she pieces together that Brad is actually gay and cheating on her with Ryan.
Yep.
Then they walk to a liquor store. As they walk, Chelsea gives a flashback of a particular situation in which she found kind of odd in the relationship.
Now I have to say, I like the guy who plays Brad is a pretty good actor. He's been on like the Mindy Project. Like he's funny because he's always just an awkward fucking dude.
Yeah.
But basically, like he treats Chelsea like shit, and they sort of flash back to that. But more importantly, like this dude really likes a finger in his ass, like a lot. Like apparently, like he's all about that shit. And at one point, he insults her, and she, like most Latino women, keeps a bottle of hot sauce in her purse, and she pours hot sauce on a tampon and shoves it up his ass.
I mean, goddamn.
His reaction is fucking priceless. That motherfucker is writhing around in pain. He's like,
he's fucking gyrating and flipping and flopping, and he looks like a fish out of water.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious.
And they cut to his white ass.
Might actually be how you would react if someone
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Oh my goodness gracious. It was a hilarious scene.
Never cross a Latino woman. I think that's what we've learned here.
And it's again, Chris Rock's humor is very raunchy, and he wrote this movie. And you see this woman, you don't see her insert it, but you kind of see her insert that shit into his white ass. Dude. And then he's fucking flopping around and shit.
With the fucking string hanging out. That shit is hilarious.
Oh, shit.
He is screaming his fucking head off.
Oh, shit.
So good.
So
that's what happens, white men, when you fuck with Latino women.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen to you. Don't fuck it up.
So they go to a liquor store and they are tempted to. Chelsea is tempted to get some booze and drink her problems away. I can't remember if she did it or not.
No, she doesn't. But she starts like grabbing bottles of wine. She's like, "Oh, this is my favorite." It's like, "Oh shit!" And she basically talks about how, like, her alcoholism, like, she slept with like a lot of dudes and made a lot of obviously poor choices.
I believe she said she has officially slept with everyone.
Yeah,
like man, woman, straight, gay, every race imaginable.
They're so lucky. Why couldn't I have been one of her drunk escapades?
Yeah, good lord.
I'd have made the best of it. And then she picks up a bottle of fucking Buffalo Trace, and she's like, "This is my favorite." I'm like, "All right, I'm down with you, girl. I hear you."
I don't know what that is.
It's a bourbon.
I don't know
good
what
one.
bourbon is.
It's, imagine what cough syrup tastes like.
Okay.
Because you would never drink this.
Oh, that's what it is? It tastes like cough syrup?
I mean, for people who don't have taste buds worth a damn.
Oh, okay. Gross.
Losers, I'm saying.
Gross.
Losers.
So they start talking about the situation, and eventually they have a bit of an argument over what Andre thinks she's being naive, and she's like, "You don't know me," and "You want to know what's naive? You." And then he's like, "You don't know me," and
yeah, it's very petty.
Yeah. But she gets angry, insults his movie, and then the sexual tension finally explodes, and they end up kissing.
Yeah, again, very lucky Chris Rock. Very lucky.
Hey, if I was writing a movie, that's who I'd cast in it.
Yeah. I always find that funny when people who write the movie star in it. It's like, and then I have sex with Rosario Dawson. Oh, really? Really? I noticed you didn't pick like fucking Gabrielle Sabadi as the fucking woman for you. Like, you gotta wonder if she's just like, "Yeah, nigga, I know you had something to do with the casting for this shit too." And then we make out passionately for 19 minutes. And then I touch your tit and finger bang you in a bathroom.
Like, I wouldn't fucking shy away from it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I chose you because you fine.
Yeah, and I fucked up that take, so we need to do it again.
Yeah. Like, he starts coughing at the end. We're gonna have to do this twice.
They go to a club bathroom and fool around before deciding not to continue.
God damn, she is so attractive. It's ridiculous.
Andre leaves the bathroom first and asks Chelsea to use her phone to make a phone call since his is dead. As he goes through her phone, which would you guys have gone through the phone?
No, I don't believe in doing that.
Yeah, I don't like that shit, man.
No,
I don't do that shit.
Have you had somebody go through your phone? Like that, like someone you've been dating or anything like that?
No, not without me being there.
I haven't, but I wouldn't care because I don't have anything on my phone. I never have anything in my phone that's worth looking at.
Yeah,
right.
But it's the principalities of it. Like, I can't allow
like,
if
they're gonna go through my shit, like, I may not want to be with you if
Yeah.
you're gonna do that shit. But like, I'd be like,
I don't give a shit if my wife looks through my phone. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have fucking nudes of fucking other women and shit like that. That's crazy.
Right.
But at the same time, don't look through my phone. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Nah, I check her phone because I don't trust her. No, I'm kidding. That would be ridiculous. I'm sure there are a lot of guys like that, actually. But
yeah, I'm sure.
But who the fuck doesn't lock their phone?
Yeah.
Lock your goddamn phone.
Yeah.
My phone is locked. Right.
My phone is locked too, but my wife knows the code and I know her code, so it's fine.
So he goes through her phone and
I wouldn't give it to her.
None of your goddamn business.
He sees that Chelsea gets an email from her editor asking when she'll send the next James Nielsen review, revealing James Nielsen is Chelsea herself. The truth devastates Andre. He gives Chelsea her phone and is angry with her for lying to him. He admits to her that he felt he was never funny unless he was drunk or high, and now he's transitioning and it scares him.
It's a weird moment of honesty when you're that angry at somebody.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It's like, you want to know why? That's why. Now you'll feel bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been shitting on my movies for the past 30 years or 10 years.
Right. And so he just goes and has a fucking conniption.
He rolls out. He goes to a supermarket and starts drinking at the supermarket. Then he grabs a few cases of beer.
Dude, that first sip of beer he has, he was just like, oh yeah. Like, you could tell he's like, whew, I ain't had one of these in a minute. He starts smiling and shit. How you doing? How you doing? Like, as he's walking down the aisles, he's happy as fuck.
That's hilarious. So he goes to pay for the beer. And a fan comes up with his phone and says, "Hey, can I take a picture?" And Andre's like, nah. Which, by the way, if you see a celebrity in person, like, don't run up to him and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like, I saw Elijah Cummings at this movie when I saw it in theaters.
Right.
And I'm like,
that's hilarious.
Oh shit, is that Elijah Cummings? And Erica was like, I think it is. And I was like, wow, that's really cool, you know. But it wasn't in my nature to be like, hey, the Honorable Elijah Cummings, can I get a picture? Like, and I know people like that. Like, it's not, that shit ain't cool, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, if the few celebrities I have run into, I ran into, what's her name? Sonia Sun from The Wire. She played Kima Greggs. I ran into her in like a fucking grocery store. And I saw her walk in, and I was like, oh shit, like, Sonia Sun, what the fuck? And then I saw like all these people like fucking accost her, and I was like, dude, she's like, this couple, this old white couple, held her like and was talking to her for like 20 minutes. I was like, she's trying to buy groceries, man.
Yeah.
And like after she had stopped talking to them, I didn't go up to her, but I happened to be walking by, like, and I was like, hey, you're Sonia Sun? She was like, yeah. I was like, I enjoy your work. She was like, oh, thanks. And I was like, that's it.
Roll out.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, hey, by the way, here's my demo tape. You know, can you take a look at this? You know, have you listened to Black on Black Cinema? You black? You know, is it your duty to please that booty? Did you like that line?
Do you want the LD?
I mean, do you want the LD? Right, exactly.
Like, nigga, get out my face.
Yeah. By the way, because I told you guys, I wrote in a private group, I was like, oh shit, I fucking ran into her. And I think Terrence was the first one like, did you ask her if she wanted the LD? I was like, I didn't. I should have asked. I wanted to ask. That would be ridiculous. She probably would have smacked me, and it would have been totally worth it.
Yeah, if you see a
smacked
celebrity,
you or laughed.
Yeah. If you see
either way, it would have been a story.
Don't fucking bother them.
Leave those fucking people alone.
They do enough. They're trained monkeys for your entertainment, for God's sakes.
Dance.
Right. Just
Kima Greggs.
be.
She also goes to my gym, which is weird.
It is weird. A fan goes up and asks for a photo. Andre declines. Then he turns around and asks the cashier, he's like, what's that? And he sees a Hammy the Bear poster, but it's for a beer brand called Hammy the Beer. And Andre just flips the fuck out. Like, Hammy the Beer? What the fuck? And then I'm
not getting a cut of this.
He proceeds to Cat Williams this. He
didn't just smack the shit out of someone at Target.
So in jail, Andre calls Erica, and we get a very, very well acted scene by Gabrielle Union. Here we go.
Dre?
Hey.
I cannot believe you did this to me. Are you kidding me? Right before our wedding? Really? It is on CNN, Fox, TMZ, media fucking takeout.
As soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna come right to you.
No, you're not gonna come to me. You're gonna go to your fucking bachelor party. You can still make this right, Dre.
I'm alcoholic. I'm a fucking drunk. Do you really think I need to go to a party?
You have to do this. Did you forget who the fuck I am? I turned down Bradley Cooper, Matt fucking Kemp. I could have had anybody. I chose you, Dre. Everybody wanted to wife me, and I chose you. Dre, what do I do? Every time I see you after we've been separated, what do?
We have sex?
No. Not just sex. After every time we've been separated, the moment I see you, the second you walk through the door, I suck your dick every time. Do you think I wanted to do that, Dre?
I didn't know you were keeping a blowjob tab.
That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, Dre, is that I sucked your dick for us. I sucked it for us because I knew sooner or later I was going to need you to do something for me that you didn't want to do. You owe me.
Do you hear yourself? You're addicted to this shit.
See, what you're not understanding, this is all I have. Okay? I don't have a talent. Right? I don't sing, I don't dance, I don't act, I don't tell jokes. I'm not you, Dre. You have to choose me.
Erica?
Okay? Everyone needs to see you choose me.
Erica.
I am finally famous. Don't ruin this for me.
Give me the phone. Give me the...
Is Erica a reality star Pokemon? Black Charizard, I choose you.
Charcoalazard.
Oh, that ain't right, but it's funny. It is a really well acted scene. Yeah, she was she's putting in work in that scene. I give her a lot of credit for that. It was good.
Yeah. I like to imagine that is what real, quote unquote, real reality stars,
TV stars
are
think
like
and feel and act.
I feel like that. I feel like that's probably true.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they're completely stupid.
I
think they're dumb.
I feel like a lot of them are probably very, very much not as enlightened, like as self-aware as maybe she is. But I feel like there's definitely some that
there has to be some sort of self-awareness.
One of the prostitutes that he has sex with is a reality television star. Her name is Carly Red. I'm sorry.
She the one that shows her tits?
I think they both show their tits, don't they?
Oh.
All right, what show is that?
It's got to be like
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Okay, man, not watching it. Not watching
it.
It
takes place in Atlanta, man. Like, all that shit.
I don't even know which one she.
Don't you always say like Atlanta is like the place of the $30,000 millionaire?
Yeah, man, because you don't need to make a lot of money to look like you have a lot of money in Atlanta. And I am sorry, Tyrone, but that fucking city sucks balls. I've been to Atlanta. I am not impressed.
I didn't think Atlanta was that bad.
I'm impressed that you can buy a 3-story house with a 2-car garage for $40,000, but no.
Yeah,
no.
I guess that would be the ultimate goal, right? Is like to work in New York or something like that
and live in Atlanta. Oh my God!
You'd be a billionaire, like except you'd have to live in Atlanta, but maybe have a summer home in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't go to ever.
Maybe you can have a doghouse in Atlanta. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
man.
You can buy a pretty massive house.
Yeah,
for like $150,000.
One of my uncles lives in Atlanta.
I got family. I'm marrying into family in Atlanta, and while they're very nice people, I ain't visiting them that often because it's Atlanta.
But I will say this, for that scene, the whole like notion of reality stars, that's got to be coming to an end here soon, right? Like,
no, it's not.
You don't think so? You don't think it'll ride itself out?
No, because it's very easy to do.
It's cheap.
It's very easy to do. It's very cheap to do, and people like doing that. Like, people like looking at that shit. People like looking at.
I love those shows.
Yeah, people like looking at how the better half lives, and
or how the worse half live when you give them money.
Right.
I mean, for real.
And it's soap opera. That's we all know that there are scripts, but they're not like they're outlines, so you can just.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah, it's like wrestling, like just not as entertaining.
Yeah. So like Brock Lesnar is going to win this match. And you're going to throw a chair at that one girl's face for no reason. Go.
And it's like, it's not going anywhere, man. Which is sad. but and when people, like, I was listening to a podcast and people are like, well, the Kardashians, they're gonna stop being famous at one point, right? Right? No, they're not. Like, because
are they gonna stop being attractive?
Because they're gonna have children, and unless those children are butt fucking ugly,
and they won't be,
they're going to keep that shit alive. You know what I mean?
That's a family business at this point.
Exactly. That's a business.
They have wealth.
I wonder how their father would feel. Because he's been dead for years, right?
Yeah.
Robert Kardashian.
Yeah.
That was his name.
I don't know, man.
I wonder
Well,
how
he probably wouldn't be that crazy upset if he was still alive.
He
I
probably
mean,
wouldn't be upset
he
'cause he
married
was
Kris Jenner. I mean, one like he didn't know she was a fucking, basically a starlet back then.
Yeah. So, after that phone call,
fucking gypsies.
Erica's manager, Benny, played by Romani Malco.
He is fucking hilarious in this movie.
Yeah. He takes the phone and tells Andre to go to the bachelor party for good press and fly out to the wedding.
You gonna wear that red shirt.
Yeah, he said, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and if you don't do it, then, if you do it, I can spin it and make it, seem like it was all planned for the TV show. If you don't, you're on your own. Silk bails Andre out of jail, and they go to a strip club for the bachelor party where, with a theme based on Hammy the Bear. Andre hangs out with Jerry Seinfeld, Adam Sandler, and Whoopi Goldberg at the party.
Dude, this was a great set of cameos.
Yeah.
It was really well done. Again, these are people who respect Chris Rock.
Yep.
I don't respect Adam Sandler, but whatever.
They give him different views on marriage and sex while joking with him, which I have to believe that most of that was ad-libbed also.
Is Whoopi Goldberg bisexual? Or is she straight?
I thought she was straight.
She's straight.
She's just homely.
What?
She doesn't have eyebrows.
Yeah, that's just weird. She hasn't had eyebrows.
Is that right?
Yeah, she doesn't have eyebrows.
Ever.
And Megan Good doesn't have eyebrows, but she had eyebrows tattooed on.
Yeah. Whoopi Goldberg and Megan Good are not even in the same fucking league.
Yeah.
Or sport.
I'm just saying, tattoo some eyebrows on your face.
Do anything to make yourself not look like shit.
Andre runs into Chelsea, who wants to make it up to him and invites him to follow her. So Andre, Chelsea, and Silk go to the Comedy Cellar where Andre gets up on stage and performs a stand-up routine for the first time in years.
I would have loved if when he's walking into the Comedy Cellar, fucking Louis C.K. was like walking out, because that's the opening of Louis, his show. That's the club he works all the time. Which a Comedy Cellar is a very famous club in New York.
Yep.
So,
turns out he's still funny, and the crowd loves him.
Shocking news.
After the performance, Andre feels insane. What? All right.
See, this is why there is no white on black cinema, because just going by when white people write up synopsis, they don't understand what's happening.
What? God damn it.
I feel crazy.
All right, next time I will write my own personal rundown.
Yeah, good job.
God damn.
He feels like a lunatic. What? It's not what happened at all.
Andre tells Chelsea he got inspired to go back after being in jail and talking to DMX, who told Andre he does not want to keep rapping and wants to sing instead. And he wants to sing this.
All right, here you go.
Wow. DMX. What are you doing here?
Really? What am I doing here? I'm X, man. I live in this motherfucker, man. Don't you watch the news? Damn, homie. I respect the fuck out of your shit, man. Uprise? I'm gonna see that as soon as I get out, man.
Yo, man, thanks a lot, man. I'm a big fan of yours, too.
One thing I really respect about you, why I fuck with you for real, son, is that you won't let the industry box you in. I'm pretty much on some same shit, yo. I'm kind of tired of rapping, man. Plus, I got so much more to offer.
That's what I always say, man. I got so much more to offer.
You got a minute?
Yeah.
Check this out.
I'm in jail.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. Smile through the pain and sorrow. What? Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. I'm expressing myself over here, nigga. Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. And although a tear is ever so near, that's the time. You must keep on trying. Smile. What's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile. You just smile, motherfucker. Smile. Smile.
I swear to God, I can listen to DMX sing anything in the world.
That shit is hilarious. When I saw this movie the first time in theaters, I did not see this cameo coming at all. When he turned around and he was fucking growling, dude, I lost it. That shit was so good. But like no DMX song would be complete without a what? Like that's right up there with when he did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Did you ever see that?
Oh my God,
or at the radio. Was he in like a hall or at the radio station?
He was at a radio station.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he sang the whole fucking thing. Oh, that's her, on Brad's her, on Dixon.
I'm like, oh shit. He's like, how did I do? Nigga, you crushed that shit. Dude, why doesn't DMX have a Christmas album? That's what,
man.
Dude, I hate Christmas music, but if there was a DMX Christmas album, I would play that shit all the time.
Jingle bells, what? Jingle all the way, motherfucker, what? Fucking do that shit, man.
Again, we have $1 million ideas. There's no way that people wouldn't buy a DMX Christmas album. There's no way they wouldn't.
Oh, shit.
That shit would be incredible.
Oh, my God. I'm imagining him singing that Mariah Carey. All right.
They all I want for Christmas.
I need a DMX rendition of I Saw Daddy or I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus. That shit would be ridiculous.
They dropped Chelsea off at her place where she and Andre share one last kiss before departing. Andre asks her top 5 rappers, which she lists. While driving away, Silk tells Andre that he should have gone after Chelsea. Andre goes through the gift bag from the party and finds a bunch of random items like a scented candle and a bottle of vodka.
Like someone was certainly thinking of me when they made this.
Then he pulls out a slipper, and Andre changes his mind, and Silk smiles.
Credits.
Then roll credits. So obviously, calling back to the Cinderella leaving something for her prince.
Right. Now, I will say this. I appreciate when movies end sort of prematurely like this. Because, one, it gives the audience a chance to sort of go, oh, I wonder what happens next. Like, you have a general idea, obviously. Like, they go back, they hook up, they get married eventually, whatever. But it leaves the audience with a little bit of work to do, which I kind of enjoy, instead of it being such a definitive, like, and then he goes back and kisses her and then calls Eric and like, I ain't never coming home. And, you know, there's a callback to but you know, it gives it has a finite way about it, but it's just a little bit smarter and a little bit more mature ending, I think, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, not everything has to be like you said, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then the end.
Right.
Like it's,
and then everyone went on stage and said, "Thanks for watching SNL this week, everybody." And then they, it goes to black. But I think it's a little bit more mature of a style of ending a movie. And you see that more in like a lot of indie films and things like that. So it was cool to see him do it like this.
Yeah, it makes you go out of the theater with a conversation.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of saying, "Oh well, Dom Toretto's okay now."
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I wonder if they're going to get together. You know what I mean? So, then mid-credit sequence, Jerry Seinfeld names his top 5 rappers: Sugar Hill Gang, Eminem, Wale, Ice Cube,
That sir makes a lot.
Put him on the glass. I enjoyed his cameo a lot because I liked Seinfeld, but him making
part where with the stripper, he's like, she stole my wallet. Like, well, she's like not wearing any clothes. Where is she? Do I have to say? That shit was funny as hell.
But like, and him like fucking making it rain over these strippers. That shit was hilarious.
Like Seinfeld in a black strip club.
It's just like one of the
fucking ridiculous.
Like, there's a part where he's talking to Adam Sandler, Whoopi Goldberg, and Jerry Seinfeld, and he's talking to Jerry Seinfeld, and the camera's focused on Jerry Seinfeld, and there's just a fucking chick with her tits out, like grinding, like right behind. It's just such a fucking hilarious juxtaposition, just so funny. But it's just moments like that make the movie so good.
Yeah,
it's perfect. Yeah, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the best. This is probably the best black comedy that we've gotten in a decade.
Yeah,
arguably. So if you can think of another one, I'd love to hear it, but I don't think so.
I can't. Yeah, I can't really think of any black comedies that I've like sat and watched and like laughed out loud
and would watch again.
Long fucking time.
Yeah, that's kind of sad because we sort of when we get the black comedian of the moment or whatever, we sort of reign over comedy like pretty much, for that time period.
We burn white hot and fizzle out fast.
Yeah.
I
really can't
think of something right now.
I don't think there's many. So, all right, that's it for us.
Temptation. That movie's fucking hilarious.
That's it for us. Good night, everybody. All right, so we'll be back next week with another preview episode, and that will be for episode 58. All right, we'll see you guys.
See you.
Take it easy.